Welcome to MidLIFE Matters, where we celebrate women's wisdom and wit. I'm Georgian Lussier, your host, and I'm delighted to introduce today's guest, Jennifer Short. Jen is the founder of Coalition for A Better Wallingford, and she's here to share her story with us. Welcome, Jen. So let's talk about Coalition for Better Wallingford. In 2012, you would have what I would think is kind of a call to action around issues in the town. Involving alcohol abuse among teens, alcohol and drug abuse. So share why and how Coalition for Better Wallingford came about.
Will do.
Okay.
In November of 2012, unfortunately, I got a phone call that no parent ever wants to receive, and it was the New Haven Police advising that they wanted to meet with me, and it was to share some very personal and tragic news. My daughter Taylor, who at the time was 20 years of age, died from a substance overdose. Following her services, I was gathered in our living room with her peers, my partner's children, my son, and some other folks, and we were talking, and they started naming names, and I wasn't quite paying attention to what was transpiring, but the names went from not one to two, but to dozens and dozens. And I stopped the conversation, said, "What are you talking about? What are these names?" And it was names of other Wallingford young adults that two had passed away from substance abuse. And I thought, what's going on here? Why don't we know this? And so my call to action was I dove into research, statistics, trying to find out what was going on here in the community. And on December 7th, I went to the town council and I spoke to our fathers and the mayor and said, what are we doing about this? My research showed that the CDC had registered Wallingford as a town with an epidemic problem. And what could we do as a community? Because personally, it takes a village. And together, the mayor partnered us with Youth and Social Services, Craig Turner, and we formed the Coalition for a Better Wallingford with just a nucleus of folks.
What are some of the activities and events that are involved with Coalition for Better Wallingford?
Our most important activity that I think is on the forefront is our Hope and Support Group on Monday evenings. We have at the Yalesville Methodist Church over 25-30 members that go regularly to help each other, peer-to-peer support through this topic. We also have a grief support for those folks that have lost a loved one. And to help deal with that loss. And we also are the supporters of Red Ribbon Week, which we just had in October. It's a national platform that we partner with Youth and Social Services as well as the Mayor's Substance Abuse Council. And we have a whole week of events from our kickoff to our final event, which is our Walk of Hope. And this year we had over 400 plus attendees for that event.
This has been just wonderful to have you here, and I'm sure that our audience has really learned a lot about what's happening here in Wallingford and all the people that are contributing to it.
Right.
And I just think you're doing a tremendous service for all of us, so thank you.
Thank you.
And I would like to close with a quote that I like, which is from Louisa May Alcott. And she said, "I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning to sail my ship." All your work makes me think of that, so happy sailing, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this has been MidLIFE Matters. Please tune in to hear other fascinating women in future segments. Georgian Lussier, your host. Thanks again.